Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today I'm here to talk to you about things that I would like to leave in 2021 as far as all the nonsense that I've seen all over YouTube, especially the last year. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so this is just going to be a random list of things that I've seen, and I really want you guys to chime in the comments. I always want you guys to chime in the comments, but especially in this because subscribers have a different viewpoint than a creator does. As most of you guys know, I work a full-time job. I also have things to do around the house and groceries to do and buy and laundry to do and a dog to take care of and a house to maintain and things that might come up after hours for work if and when that happens. And some days I'm just tired, so I'm not on the platform. I'm not on a lot of other channels looking at comments and taking in other creators' videos to see what they're up to, because I just don't have the time. If I did that, then you guys would probably see half the amount of videos from me. And I've always really enjoyed the process of making and posting videos. So I want to be able to provide you guys with content instead of, you know, seeing what this person's up to, what did that comment chain say. You know, I do see some of it, but my point is I can't see all of it. Whereas a lot of subscribers are only consuming the content because a lot of the subscribers don't have a platform. Now, if you fall into both categories, obviously that's a whole nother conversation. But if you are someone who just consumes YouTube and you are seeing a lot of comments and seeing a lot of videos from other creators, I really want to hear from you guys. What are you seeing and what have you seen over the last 12 months that has really put a sour taste in your mouth? Because I've heard that from a lot of you guys, just that YouTube has not been the place where you like to spend a lot of your free time anymore because of a lot of the toxicity, whether it's coming from creators or from fellow subscribers. So I really want to know, like, if you feel comfortable detailing that, please do, because I'd love to know what you guys are thinking, as always. So the first thing that I want to talk about is toxic content being made around YouTubers and influencers. And when I think about toxic content, it is degrading someone because their voice is annoying, or the types of facial expressions that they make when they're vlogging, or the fact that someone had fillers put in their lips and you don't like the way that it looks, so you're going to drag them for their lips being too big. And I don't care who it is that's making this type of content, it's not okay, in my personal opinion. It's not funny, it's not snarky, it's not just jokes. And I said this in my Real Entertainment News video too. My stance on having a snarky opinion once in a while versus dragging someone and bullying them for things that they cannot help, I don't think that there's any value in that content. Even if you have the most important message to stand on, if you're delivering the content and saying, hey, here's this really important message, but the videos that I'm delivering are full of personal attacks and being petty and cruel for no reason, then I'm not going to spend my time consuming that content anymore. The second thing I want to talk about is the alleged alliances that can happen between creators. Now, I've been accused of having alliances with certain creators on this platform going all the way back to a year ago. And when we're talking about two creators supporting each other and maybe leaving a comment to support once in a while, that to me is just showing some camaraderie. That is not having some sort of secret alliance where you're controlling each other's content and this person is influencing what you're saying and you're okay with them influencing it and you're giving them a shout out on your channel and then they're making a video giving you a shout out. I see this all the time where it's like, oh, well, these two creators have to have an alliance. There must be some kind of alliance. Now, back in, I want to say it was May, possibly early June, I was accused by Tira Nicole of being in a, I think she said I was in a gang with Steph and Bambi. And I found it to be quite hilarious. To me, the ignorancy was out of control with that statement. All that happened was a few creators saw a similar problem and were like-minded on said problem. Now, that video ended up causing a lot of drama, and I explained to Steph that I was going to remove the video, and it was as simple as that, because I felt like instead of it clarifying things, it blew back up in my face. And if you guys don't know, I don't like to be in the middle of drama. I do what I can to avoid it. Even if there are conspiracies out there that I'm somehow behind the scenes doing all of this crazy stuff, I don't have time to do crazy stuff behind the scenes. I don't care who makes a video. I don't care who doesn't make a video. I have done my best to clarify my feelings for my subscribers. Sometimes, you know, it works, and once in a while it'll blow up in my face. So there's nothing sketchy, and there's no weird alliances being made. Leaving a comment supporting a fellow creator can a lot of times align you with them unintentionally. And unless both of these people come out and say that they know each other and they're very cordial and friendly behind the scenes, or some even say that they are friends, then of course take their word for it. But just because you see someone leave a comment does not mean that there are secret alliances happening behind the scenes. Because I can tell you guys from experience that most of the time, all that it is two or more creators seeing the same issue, having a similar opinion about it, and sharing said opinion on their platforms. So a lot of times it's as simple as that. And I see so often, let's talk about accountability. So you guys know that I don't really believe in cancel culture. I believe in holding people accountable culture. I've called it that for well over a year now. And when it comes to holding people accountable on YouTube, so often it's called cancel culture. And I am all for holding people accountable. And if someone has a slip up, you know, ask for answers, ask for some accountability. I've had to own up to my own mistakes, and I will in the future as well. What I've seen over the last year is people asking for accountability from a creator for something that they did not say or do. And this is the craziest thing ever. On one side of the coin, I understand that the comment section on a creator's post is theirs to manage. And most creators, especially if you have a smaller audience, like with me, I see, I would say 80% of my comments, 80 to 85% of my comments, depending on the day and kind of how busy I am, and also how many comments a video brings. Obviously, some videos bring a lot more comments. Those are harder to keep up with. But on a normal video that gets average views for me, I'm able to keep up with the comments and see most of them. Whether or not I have time to respond to all of them, that's a completely different story. So I do think that the creator has some sort of responsibility for platforming hate or derogatory speech towards whatever the topic of the video was. But how much responsibility can we put on a creator for something that a subscriber said? Now, if it's something really vile and cruel, I would hope that the creator would delete the comment, because even if you have a outer shell of steel, seeing certain things about yourself can be very triggering and upsetting. I've seen some very, very bad things about myself in other comment sections, but you don't see me running on my channel and saying, oh, this creator is fully responsible for this comment that someone made because they didn't delete it. because that's sort of asinine. Do I think that it plays a role? Sure, I do, because again, a lot of small creators see all of the comments. Even if you don't acknowledge it, if you acknowledge the comment before and after this comment and you just chose to ignore that one, come on, like, people aren't stupid. The point of me ranting on about this piece is, when asking for accountability, full accountability for something said or done, let's at least make an honest effort to make sure that we're asking for accountability from the correct person. Because you cannot expect person A to take full accountability for something that person B did, even if it was on their platform. Like, that's just kind of unfair to me. I don't understand how, just because this person is the one with a face and a channel, they're asking to be accountable for something that they didn't say or do. It just so happened to be on their channel. So I hope that that really makes sense. And again, this is just kind of like all of my thoughts out there, and I'm hoping that you guys leave yours as well. I know that this has been a really popular topic the last, I would say, few weeks. Let's talk once more about going real life, because this is so important to me, and it is so detrimental and equally as scary. When it comes to going real life with YouTubers, there are a couple of circumstances that I can say it would make sense to go real life, and there are only a couple. If you see a person or an animal being abused on video, you have every right as a citizen to contact authorities. Now, aside from that, I'm really sitting here thinking, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I can't think of anything else that would give the grounds to go real life with a YouTuber. This is obviously a very serious thing, and as citizens, you, including myself, we all have the right to contact authorities and get them involved if we see something that is abuse on film. Not hearsay, not a comment, not a clip that was taken out of context. If there's actual proof that you can attach to your complaint, you have grounds to stand on. But I will say, I don't see a whole lot of YouTubers out here just putting that onto their channel. It does happen once in a while where mistreatment is captured on film and either intentionally or accidentally uploaded. But aside from that, the amount of hatred and distaste for certain YouTubers that I've seen over the last year is astronomical. I don't understand what the hell is going on, but it seems like a YouTuber will come out and be really polarizing, really vile, really cruel, all this kind of stuff. But if they're not doing anything illegal on film, then what is the point of going real life with them? Now, if we're talking about a YouTuber breaking terms of service, then that's a completely different conversation. That is something that's taken up with YouTube. And if it's taken up with YouTube because terms of service have been broken, I don't look at that as going real life. The things that I'm considering going real life is doxing someone's personal information or their home or business address, doxing where the person works if they have a job outside of YouTube, contacting their employer because you hate them so much, releasing personal information about family members' addresses, government names, all of this kind of stuff. I really don't understand how you could hate someone so much that you're willing to find out personal info on them. And this is the question that I always come back to. Okay, let's just say that you hate a YouTuber or an influencer and you find out where they live. What are you going to do? You're going to get in your car and drive to wherever it is that they live and wait for them outside their house? Are you going to go knock on their front door and punch them in the face? If you're willing to risk your freedom because you hate this YouTuber so much, I would encourage you to sign off the internet. Either for a short period of time or a longer period of time, but to be willing to go to jail or have charges pressed against you because you hate this person so much is extremely scary. Now, like I said, if this YouTuber is breaking terms of service, take it up with YouTube. I still don't agree with deplatforming people unless there's actually grounds to deplatform. And the argument that I'll always come back to with deplatforming is we all have to play by the rules, me included. Anyone who has a YouTube channel must follow their terms of service. So if you're ballsy enough to go ahead and break terms of service and someone sees that and takes it to YouTube and you get punished by YouTube, that is a risk that you took by publishing content or actions that broke their terms of service. But as far as going real life, I think that this is very scary and it seems to be on the rise. And, you know, obviously my silly little video is not going to change anyone's mind. But if you find yourself having such a deep personal issue with someone online, just unsubscribe. Act like they've, you know, signed off forever. Act like their channel doesn't exist, because I can guarantee you that your safety and the person's safety on the opposite end is not worth it just because you've decided that you don't like someone that much. It is not worth it, I promise. So anyway, and you know, just to close this out, this is not me sitting on my soapbox saying that I know all the rules and I'm the best thing ever, because I feel like I have to say that any time I do a video like this. I'm not better than anyone else. I do my best to play by the rules. I do my best to not cyberbully anyone or harass anyone or drag them across my channel just for entertainment value, for snark's sake. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to open up conversations with anyone who wants to listen, whether that's 5 or 500 people, doesn't matter to me, because engaging with you guys and having you guys engage with the words that are in my videos is what I'm here for. I've said it before, I'm not here to make this $1 million business and, you know, release all kinds of cheesy merch and make myself a millionaire by doing YouTube. I'm grateful enough that I am able to collect a small check once a month from YouTube, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But I'm not here to just make content for clicks and views and lay down the law so everyone else has to follow my rules. I'm not saying that, but I am also allowed to have an opinion, and I'm also allowed to share that opinion. If some people think that me doing this video is me on my soapbox and thinking that my shit doesn't stink and I'm above everyone else, then you're wrong. I'm sorry to inform you, but I not once have ever been one to talk down to people and make them think that I'm right and they're wrong. Now, if you're exploiting your kids or you're scamming your subscribers or killing dogs, I'm better than you, because I'm not killing my dog or scamming people or you know, exploiting anything. I'm not here to just chase an AdSense check. And I think if you watch someone over a period of time, you can definitely tell the ones that are willing to do anything in order to increase their bottom line. And most people can see right through their bullshit. I'm one of them. So either way, before this video is too long and too annoying, I'm gonna close it out. So be sure to leave all your thoughts down below about everything that I talked about. And for now, if you like the video, leave a like in the comments. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.